finish up, Dan.
No, right. Got to the trim up.
So that other truck you see me just load, that was Danny, and this is Scott. Those two trucks are identical. I'm gonna throw a load on Scott, and this will finish him up for today. For me, the worst part about loading is starting the truck off, what I call layering it out. Once you get it layered out, it seems like everything kind of, you got trees there, and the rest of them, for the most part, will lay pretty good. A lot of times what I do, I don't really try to place them no whole bunch. Just like right there, I just lay them in there and let them fall, make sure they're not crossed up. Like that one on my side is crossed up. But what I'm gambling on, rather than trying to fix it right now, is when I take this drag right here, I'm gonna set it right here and I'm gonna pull it across this back bolster. And when I drop these, it should kick that one around pretty good for me. Yeah, it did alright. Unloading trucks, sometimes you're the bug and sometimes you're windshield. Question that comes up a good bit too that I just thought of is how we decided who was going to run what between the three brothers, and it worked out that way, the way that it is. I cut for let's see, I was running a cutter back in the 80s, and I ran the cutter, did all the cutting all the way up until 1999 when Derek graduated high school. And I didn't, cutting was okay. It wasn't my favorite thing to do. When Derek graduated, we bought two we had Apprentice 410. And when Derek graduated, we went ahead and bought a second 410. When we bought the second one, Kevin was already running the first one. I got in the second one, and I ran it. And then we put Derek in the cutter. I worked with Derek on the cut and trained him on it, bring him up to speed. At that time, I started out running bell tree cutters, 3-wheel machines, and then in '97 we bought a 843 John Deere. And that's what Derek started in, was that 843. And so Derek's been on the cutter ever since. I never did like the skidding. So when we went to transition to the processor and stuff, Kevin ran the processor, and then I stayed doing the loading. It's just the way. That's what I like to do. I'd rather load as I would anything else. I still cut, process with the processor and all that stuff like that too. But the track cutter is a lot more pleasant to run than a rubber tire cutter is. A rubber tire cutter, man, just kills you. And if you're in the right kind of stuff, the stumps and all, it just beats you to death pretty bad. The track cutter is not near as bad. It's a different animal to run, dude. That should go. No, that'll be shut. So that's how it's always been. Is been like that. It works for each of us, and I skid a lot too, but I can't stand skidding, man. That thing beats you to death. My running the cutter and all that stuff all those years, and all this worked on me pretty bad. So this is Frank this time. This is going to be a load of pineapple wood. We have a international paper mill here in Columbus. That's between Columbus and Starkville. That's where this load will be going to. Pretty good. I'll do it the same way. I'll come in on this side with my next gravel pull. Should push them trees over. Yep, worked pretty good. Now the next one, I'll go on the other side. The next one I'm going to put over there too. One came out of my grapple. I don't know if y'all seen that or not, but there's one back here. See right there. And I got a sheet house right there. Put this one on this side. So all they gave us was 9 loads of pineapple wood, that wood right there this week. That's number 7 of the 9 already, and today's Monday. Interesting weeks, that's for dang sure. Alright, so I've got a hole in the middle of the trailer right now. I'm going to take, this is shorter stuff, on this side of the pile always, this is some shorter stuff. So we're going to grab a big grapple full of the shorter stuff. I'm not even going to hill it, I'm going to just grab it. So he's going to drop that one out, drop that piece out, and we're going to go right in the middle with it here. Make it roll over in the middle. See it lay just right. Then we're going to go back to the far side with a good grab. It's a lot of weight that I'm swinging right there too when I come around with it and I drop them tops on the ground. A lot of force right there.
Coming out of the gate.
I can't like stop it either. It's kind of like the train. Once you kind of get going, you have to make your timing right so that you hit the ground in the right spot. Because you can't just throw on the brakes and stop the machine from swinging right there. This is going to go on the far side over there too. Roll it toward me. See how I rolled it? See that sapling right there? I'm going to take it and grab it and just throw it off the other side. Everything lay good. 5,000. We'll get some of this junkier stuff. See how it finishes up on him. Next ticket just printed. Next load is going to be load number 19 for today. This is right here. It ought to be pretty close. Right, so going like about 2,000.
That's about it.
That's it.
Oh, sure, leave it alone.
So that's how I do those loads. Jeremy's going to come in here and he's going to get another load of that too. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll load 8 of those pine pulpwood out of my 9. I'll get the 9th one in the morning. That's what I'll do. So this is Jeremy. Throw this load of pine pulpwood on him too. Oh, gone. Them two crossed up right there. I'll fix it. I'm gonna throw this grapple up on there. Alright, let's put this over here. I'll take that big one and I'll flip it toward me. See how it's crossed right there? Can't have that. It messes me up on my load. Of course, the whole time you're loading too, you gotta think, keep in mind if that truck has to go down the road, and it's got to go down the road safe too. So you don't want no trees walking the way out of the load. So like, you would keep the long stuff on the bottom, and for the most part as much as you can, because you wouldn't want to load like a bunch of short stuff and then come over the top of it with some long stuff. Because what happens is those tops are back there waving, shaking up and down. On this pulpwood, they can actually, as they're shaking, they can walk their way out of that load, right out on the road.
Oh, sure, coming out.
See what I did, that long was sticking back this way. I didn't want to shove it back, so I worked it out of the grapple where it would come out. And where I didn't go up on there, because when you go up on there and you got one real long, you got to stop quicker. See, all the butts are, for the most part, halfway even right there right now. Roll the grapple over, get it out. Didn't mean to flip it all the way up on Kevin like that, but it's out of the way now. Should be down about 10,000 or so right now. That's where he ought to be. He ought to be going to be calling him his weights out to me.
About 10,000.
10,000.
About 4,500.
Come on, there we go. Butterfingers.
Coming to the
Got
trouble.
one right here. Let's see if I can get this stuff.
They made a stop or anything?
No, I got it. Alright, let's clean the road out too here. I'm gonna go back down there now.